Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure indeed to welcome Nghia Vo Trong to his very first visit to our school. Also, before we begin, I wanted to just extend a welcome to the 70+ people who've joined us online right now. Nghia Vo Trong studied architecture and civil engineering in Japan, receiving the University of Tokyo's President Award for his doctoral thesis. He returned to Vietnam in 2006 and established his own practice, VTN Architects. His firm won several prestigious international awards, too many to list in this very brief introduction. He is presently visiting professor at the University of Pennsylvania, and he has lectured at the universities of Singapore, Sydney, Harvard, Columbia, Yale, and Cambridge. His professional achievements have also been recognized by international media such as NHK, CNN, New York Times, and the BBC. His work has also been published by several journals, including A+U from Japan, Arquitectura Viva from Spain, and Thames and Hudson from the UK, some of whom actually have dedicated entire issues to his work. My colleague, Lucien Steil, has written a very short, pithy little paragraph that describes the work of Nghia. And with your indulgence, I'm going to very briefly read it. It's 2 minutes long. Quote, among the contemporary professionals building in bamboo, who are respectful of traditional craft and cultures, and who are also dedicated to a sustainable practice, one has to be impressed by the work of Vietnamese architect Nghia Vo Trong. It stands out among the prolific productions of his studio by its uniqueness in new vernacular architecture worldwide. Its constructive integrity, inventiveness, and intelligence, its geometric rigor and beauty, and its compositional simplicity transcend the vernacular architecture of his original models. Nghia Vo Trong's work then appears to achieve a truly classical maturity, which harmoniously matches local cultural context and at the same time transcends them. Unlike many of his fellow professionals who build in bamboo, he excels in composing wonderfully complex and harmonious structures without formal acrobatics or ostentatious disharmonies and improvisations. You can tell Lucien wrote this piece. His bamboo architecture aspires, on the contrary, to classical harmony and beauty. And his virtuosity as a builder, craftsman, and architect is not gratuitous and exhibitionistic, but rather mature and wise. His art of building reveals indeed a passion for wholeness, goodness, and humaneness of places to be inhabited in accordance with both the natural and human-made realities of healthy and sustainable places for dwelling. End of quote. This is going to be an unusual lecture because, as you will see very, very soon. So for now, please give a warm welcome to Nghia Vo Trong.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much to have give me this important opportunity to share with you about my work and also meditation and mental health. So I had a long trip from Vietnam and then to California, and then from California to Atlanta, and then South Bend. And it really good that I can see super beautiful campus today. I walk around and see almost all the campus and feel really relaxed. And I could do the walking meditation with with my colleagues. So we should meditate together for a while before the lecture. Okay, so okay, so can you sit straight back and neck straight. Just relax. Can you feel your legs touching the floor? The leg, left leg touching the floor, left. Right leg. Your back touching the chair, back. Your hand, left hand. Can you feel it? If you cannot feel it, just move it a little bit. Left hand, right hand. Your head. You feel your face, your back. Relax your back, shoulder, left hand. You feel it? Left hand, right hand, belly, abdomen, face, head, forehead, eyes. Open your eyes. Then we can start. Today I talk about my work, meditation, and mental health. So first of all, we are dealing with the climate change right now, with the flood again, and the flood in Vietnam a few years ago, and the wildfire, and this in the US in 2023. And let me explain you about the air quality is in Vietnam and in USA East Coast is almost green for the East Coast, but there the color is about a red or even worse than red. And then here is Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi. In March 30, 2024, it become a very unhealthy situation in Hanoi at that moment. And one of the reason is the lacking of greenery. In Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh is only 0.7 square meter per person, and in Hanoi is only 2 square meter per person. In East Asian average is about 66.2 square meter per person. So because of that situation, so here the Ho Chi Minh City, the picture, and extreme lacks of greenery. And here is the many problem like pollution, traffic jam, and climate change, especially in Vietnam. Then what we would like to do is change this current situation to be more green for the city. So, and for the new master plan, we, because in Vietnam, a lot of rain and sunlight, so we offer them to have the agriculture on the rooftop, on the facade, to increase the green area for a city. Also, we can stock water on the rooftop. Otherwise, if all are concrete, then it is easy to be flooded. Then I explain you one by one. For example, here is a really typical type of the house in dense city like Ho Chi Minh City, which is just 4 meter wide and about 20 meter depth. And the strategy for the environment strategy is we cover the house all by the green around, and we have it can stop very strong sunlight and a little bit polluted air, and the sunlight still can go through the house. And this is really small, only 4 meter is like from here to there is, and then 20 by 20 meter. So you can see this staircase also like a small garden in the backyard, and we still can have the ventilation and the vertical air go up. And the plan, you can see the bed is almost big like this already, and you can see the scale of the building. And for the tropical climates, here is the whole weather, and then we have air glass. But for tropical climates, it should be green air and glass. It's better for ventilation and also for the really super hot summer. And you can see the plan here. It's quite small for the house, but with 1 bedroom, garage, and living, dining, and 1 more bedroom and 1 more bedroom on the rooftop. So 3 bedroom within really small house. This is a really typical house in Vietnam. And here living room and the dining room and bedroom. It look big, but in fact from here it just 1.4 meter left, and the bed is like this. The bathroom and another project. So we are trying to do like each project become like a small park for the city. Like here is the kindergarten for the Taiwanese shoe factory. There are about 23,000 workers work here, and their children go to study here. We propose this because with 3 courtyards like this, and the courtyards continue to the rooftop for like unlimited extend the garden for the playing ground for the children. And see here, the factory is here, and with the 3 courtyards connecting together, and we maximize the playground for the children to the rooftop and go back again. And because they are because we don't have budget for the air conditioner, so that's why we need to calculate the wind to be sure that everywhere with in the building, in the classroom, we have the wind go through. And the rooftop with the farm on the top of
Good
that,
afternoon,
so
everyone,
it
and
reduce
welcome to
the heat
JustBot.
for the
My name is Brian
for the
Johnny,
building
and I am
too.
one of the co-presidents
And
of
we
the South
do the
Asian Civil
the
Association,
green
and
facade
this
for
year, one of
the
the co-directors for
what
JustBot.
is it, for the school, and children can enjoy the vegetable, and we choose a type of vegetable for them to have a little bit interesting landscape. And because their their parents are farmer from the farm, then so then they can grow the vegetable very well, and then the children they can enjoy that process together. And you see here the courtyards connecting together, and it grow off to the roof. And another building here is the house for tree. I designed it for the depressed client. He was my friend, and then he had the problem. He had the problem of mental health. So we designed the house. It looked like a park because it in the middle of the concrete jungle and the steel roof. Then we think we should do like a lot of greenery, the building itself, and because he tend to be in the room with things going out. So this house is really difficult to live because even he want to go to the toilet, he need to go out of his room. So the building take him out, and even he go to the dining room for lunch or breakfast, he need to go out of his room. So that's why it make him, at least go out for many times for restroom, for shower, for food. So gradually his symptom became okay, and then now so he started to complain, hey, there are too many birds come to my home to sing every day because around surrounding is not many tree, so it come here to play with him. So the concept is really simple. It's just tree pot, the tree box with concrete formwork, bamboo formwork concrete, but it look outside, it look like a box, but in reality is open to the courtyards inside, very open, but intentionally from outside it look like a tree box with solid box, but it open very well to the courtyards. And another example with the integrating the greenery space to the urban with really less greenery. And this house also really small. It not as small as the first one, but is only 250 square meter for the land. It's pretty small compared to the US, but I mean 200 square meter mean 2,000 square feet for the American to a student. Then this house, the client, they have two children, they are boy, and then they addicted to game. So the design is how to connect people together. It really private if you use the curtain, but you can see through everywhere. The garden level is moving, then that's why you can see through each other through the garden. And for example, you are here, you can see the tree, the top of the tree. You also can see the bottom of this tree. You can see, I mean, the moving of how the family member they connect to each other and connect to the nature. The sunlight go through, the wind go through, and is kind of interesting lifestyle here. And of course is easier to live than the previous house. But so you can see here, from here you can see many level of the house, and you can see the through the space. And then that's why the son they can quit from the gaming, and then they start to learn well, and then finally he could enter the Sydney University for computer science. And but I mean, somehow architecture can change the lifestyle of the client very well. So you can see here many layout, many steps of the garden. And another example is in the middle of concrete jungle of the Da Nang, because the development, you can see the concrete around. Then we think we make a little bit different by really simple, but with very small, about 7,000 square feet of the land, but we build 153 hotel rooms, so it's quite a lot. And then the facade and the entrance, we still combine the concrete, bamboo concrete formwork, the timber, the bamboo for interior space. It makes still like feel local, but in reality is really big building. A lot of area inside this one. But it's a bit pity that we don't have space like for the void for the check-in space or restaurant. But you can see the between the concrete, huge jungle of concrete that appear really nice. And another house is this house is easier. It connect to the park here. So that's why we would like to introduce the park, go through the house like this way. And we have the huge void in the middle. And you can see the park go through the house in. So from here, you can't imagine about the weather in Vietnam, but it's have a lot of rain and sunlight like for free. So there's a rooftop garden, and you can see it connecting to the park, go in, go up, and you can see you're living in the park. And as I mentioned, I will tell you again and again, is each of our project is like a small pocket park for the city. So we add more and more project, and then the city gradually change. And luckily, a lot of Vietnamese architects, they also like this way of integrating greenery to the building. Then we are together changing the city, because we don't have the space to plant tree outside, but we use our building as a devices to change the city landscape. And this house is even narrower, not 4 meters, but less than 4 meters. It's about from here to there. And then we still can try to how to cover the house. You can see the situation it's surrounding, but the space inside is still acceptable. But you see here, we designed many small courtyards, really tiny courtyards, to make it. You see the courtyard in the west will get hotter. Then the air there go up a little bit, and the air from the cold courtyards in the east, they will move slightly, air turning, because the super high density city. So somehow we can create the wind by the system of the house. I mean, just different between the air pressure between those courtyards within really tiny house, very small. and we cover the house with the greenery like this, and the courtyards in the middle you can see is here, and the facade for the house, and you see the scale of the staircase here, almost more than half of the house. That means you can feel the house, how narrow it is. But we still have good, like 5-star standard bathroom, or the bedroom here. See, one floor connecting together, and yeah, and the greenery cover around, and this small courtyards for the air moving around the house, and the bedroom, bedroom, the courtyards, and the rooftop. And if we, and we did that, and during the COVID, people, in Vietnam, same with China, they lock you in your home. You can't go out for any reason for a long time, and then people start to appreciate much about the space, the garden. And then after the COVID, and during the COVID, suddenly the job in my company is grow up a lot, because they feel, oh, it's nice to to have that. And then this client is the first house, the narrow house. When I came back from Japan, I started with my few. I didn't have work. That's why I started my project by buying some 7,000 pieces of bamboo with $7,000 to build the wind and water cafe. It became kind of people know about that very well, but they still keep talking is Nghia is only can do bamboo. So I started to do the first house for free for my friend, and now she keep asking me to do many house for her, and this the second one, and now we're doing the third one, the fourth one right now, because she said, I like your design very much. You changed my life, and then by the architecture. So I enjoying the buying the land and ask you to build the house, and I sell it or I keep it, and then ask you to do the next one. But this one is the second house. He has a boy, so I mean he is really narrow too. Is only 7 meter, and 20 meter is 140 square meters. Is about 1,400 square feet for the land, but we still create like stepping garden around, moving around the house, and from in the box is moving, and we still it moving. Then that's why it moving turn, and we still have the swimming pool for the ground floor, and the section here, and the garden go around, and the space inside is we introduce the sunlight, the view to the garden, and here from master bedroom you can see the garden over there, and the study space. And this is my own office in Ho Chi Minh City. Then as I mentioned, during the COVID, people feel like good of our architecture, and then the art we do a lot during the COVID period. And then we are in this building, which is a very low cost one, because you know, at an architect, we do very simple thing for ourselves. But the space, sorry, here, it worked quite well during the COVID because we just open the window. Even don't use the air conditioner, the ventilation, the air go in, go up, and then we can stay here and we plant the vegetable around, and we enjoy the COVID period by inside this building, because as I mentioned before, we have the strict quarantine in Vietnam. You can't go out your building. Then the system is quite simple. It's the concrete slab, and we hang all the tree system outside. And you know, this guy become the hanging the pot, but it has super big beam, and then we hang all those stuff to this one. And in the same way, we hang to the pot like that on. I think I should back to the outside, and then you can see it clearly. You see it, this pot, they support this, but in reality, it has really thick beam like that, like this for hanging the next one, and next one we hang outside, and then we can reduce a lot of costs for waterproofing or those stuff. Just build a concrete slab and hanging the tree system around. That's it. And you can see from inside, even no aluminum chassis, or because when we pour the concrete, we make the gap and hide all of them behind this, so we can reduce the cost for the aluminum chassis too. It looked like a frameless and low cost. Is save a lot of cost for the window too. So another project we also think is the building, the house is separated, and we make a green facade, and we build really big pot on top of this to plant a tree on top. So I mean, the section is like this, and it connecting together vertically and outside, and the living room here can connect, and we still can put the pond and the fish pond here, and we pump up this one to the rooftop, and we collect the water from there for the fish, and it kind of, you know, ecological system. And we put the solar panel on top of this, and because it was super strong sunlight, but it really big, is about more than 1 meter, and then the sunlight go through the leaf and go through here, and then we have really soft sunlight to reduce even the lighting for the daytime. And here is, you can see the way we do is we do the green fan, the green rooftop, and like this. And we still can have the pool on here for the ground floor, and the connecting between the ground floor, first floor, second floor, and from inside to outside. So it kind of work well with the weather in central of Vietnam. And the sunlight, of course, not every time in the day, it's just very short time in the noon. Then the light can go through, and another moment, the light is really soft because the leaf and the the deep pot like this, and the master bedroom. And gradually we change all every project become a, you know, the green space for the city. His is outside Hanoi, so we still have some green space around, but we plan whole thing with really dense greenery, and we have a lot of yards for this one is office. Then they can enjoy in the courtyards in at the ground floor and at the rooftop, and the space inside with the courtyards around. And this is the Academy Center. The concept is we put the boxes in the middle of the greenery, the box in the middle, and we connect it together by concrete slab. And we build a pond in the middle of the space to make the climate there for the hot. In Vietnam, in the summer, it go over 100 Fahrenheit, right? It's about, yeah, it's, oh, sometimes it's 110, and it keep for many months. So that's why we designed this to reduce the energy consumption for aircon. And we also make it like the wall itself, they have their own shadow on the wall by the brick. You see here, they have their own shadow, and the pond in the middle, and the tree make the shadow, and that's why we can save a lot of energy for the air conditioner. And the manpowers in Vietnam is still reasonable cost, so that's why they can realize a really difficult brick construction. And another house, yeah, again, I repeat again, it's each house is like a small green space for the city. If we add it more like that, and gradually it change. And the system of this is the green space go around, and then with the concrete facade around, and the tree in the middle, and the space inside, it worked quite well during the summer too. You can see it. And from outside, we can see a lot of big tree go through the window, and inside space still have sometimes have enough sunlight, but still soft enough to enjoy. And the bedroom, the space in between, inside and outside. And another house in northern Vietnam, Hanoi, is the pottery village. So it is really polluted air around. And then we do the same, and we cover, and the landscape around is not really nice. So that's why I cover all by this, and we filter the view from inside, and the tree in the middle. And from inside, we can't see things ugly surrounding clearly, just see. And the space in the middle of inside and outside, like this way. And another one is in Myanmar. This is a meditation hall, and you know, this work based on the donation. So there is a steel factory. They donate the steel. So we offer our design for free and construction management for free. And, you know, things go very slow, but if we have steel, we build steel, and then slowly, gradually, things happen. And then because, you know, the situation in Myanmar right now is maybe electricity sometimes is stopped, then we design a building it like a big trees with big roof go off, and we put it, we do the land also, they offer little by little, so that's why they have this shape. You know, the land, for example, you offer a little bit and then they add more, and then we have to design based on the offering of the, and then the building is here because the land here is quite low, the wetland. So I use the soil around to make the lake and put it for the building, and we plant the trees surrounding of the meditation hall, and we put it here, and tree and the water, and the building itself, it looked like a tree shape, and we have 2 layers of the roof here. So I mean the hot air go up, and one more layer for bamboo roof is here, and of course here is freely open space for the outside, and water go beyond the tree, the water space. Then that's why they can still use during the hot summer, and Yangon, they don't have winter. So, and the rain there is really big and a lot. So we make the big eave for the roof. So the steel, they offer the steel. It really simple structure, but I think it will work very well with the weather there, and gradually. So we have 2 layers of the roof, the hot air go out, and one more layer for the bamboo roof under that. And when we design it, we prepare for the system for the steel structure for the solar panel on the rooftop. And later on, if they offer little by little, we can add the, and this is not finished yet. The second roof, which is a bamboo roof, not finished yet. And if it finished, it like this. And why the view here? Because meditation, we tend to close the eyes. So the window is really low for the ventilation, is basically, or not for the view. But the ground floor is open completely to the outside. And another hotel in the middle of Vietnam, we did the whole master plan, and the client was successful with the real estate business. So he agreed to spend a bit more money for the hotel. And then we start to build this already, but we make a shadow for by the box, because here is the crazy hot, more than 100 Fahrenheit during the long summer, and no winter. And make the shadow with the tree, and now it's almost going to be done. They are doing interior right now. And here is the reception, the VIP room, and the reception that now going to be finished with there. And another house. So as much as we do, the way we think much about the way we save the energy and how we can deal with the climate change will be the biggest issue of us right now, because climate change influence every country, even in Vietnam, especially nowadays and then around the world with wildfire, with the storm, huge storm attack the Florida last year, or in Vietnam, same. This huge storm come every year. So we designed this house. It's like the tower of the wind to go through the house, and with the greenery and the section here, the living room, dining room, and this bedroom is crazy tall. It's about 9 meters. It even taller than this, but client, they said they like it. Don't I said no, we need to do it lower, but the client said no, we need this. If I can't sleep, I would sleep next room, so keep it like this. So the meditation space, the library, and another house is the client is, they said they want to have the house, but not the house. So we think is the good chance to, because I'm thinking about this is a long time ago, the house with the wind tower. And can I skip to the plan a little bit? And each, for example, wind tower go down here, and behind that we have the courtyards. This courtyards make the minus pressure, and from the stone tower there, the wind go through. You know what I mean? The wind is really easy. We just make it the different pressure for the air. For example, you have the dam, right? If the water mean high pressure and low pressure without water, and if you do any shape of the leaking, the water can go through. If they have the different pressure, and of course this shape not go up higher than the water. That's it. And then the air is easier, so the wind from the river come in, and we catch it, and we let them go down to the courtyards, which is and then the house look like a stone park. And of course we can do the vegetable on the rooftop agriculture, and every function is under that. And we have really big master bedroom here, the bedroom here, the garden, and the living room with the river view, and the courtyards, those stuff. And then the quiet garden for the Buddha here at the meditation space. So but from upper we just see like few stone, and he is a mechanical engineer, and he said to make this stone like this for the wind tower is not difficult for him. He can do that. He's and we can we catch the wind from the top, and we still can even do a little bit water here, and then it will be cooling by the water there, and then the air can go through. And of course we can control the air easier because the wind towers go down here. Can you see it, the louver here? Then the wind tower go down here, go this way. And he do all the interiors by super strong stone image. And here the meditation space in front, and the bathroom. And I think the last concrete project is recently we designed the waste to energy plant, which is now is going to construction. It start to construct it soon. I think within few days. And it looked. We came and they decided the master plan already, but we designed the building itself. So the site right now is like this, with really black. They put the waste, the garbage here, and then we designed the building here, and the water become really black already. It's really polluted one. But the client is the concrete company, so we take advantage of their ability to manufacture all the concrete at the factory. It looked really difficult, but in reality, they put part by part, piece by piece easily. Can I skip a little bit for the? Yeah, here. We put the column, structure column, and we manufacture it piece next to, and we use this concrete from another waste garbage to burn it, and then they use that for concrete, and then they build next and put it to. It's very fast and easy. It looked difficult, but in reality, it's easy to make. And also the bougainvillea, the flower, is quite easy for them to do, because now it's about 20 meters, but I divide it into many floors, and we plan it layout 2, layout 3, 4, and then gradually the one in the ground floor will grow off, and then it cover all of this, and we manufacture that system too, to put it here, bolt it together, and make the building work. And for the factory nearby, and then they use the concrete, the waste here to do the concrete, and the factory here we do the same with the green facade to turn it into a real park for the visitor to come to see how we change really polluted area to be a flower park, and with diversity of greenery. And the factory for the concrete factory is nearby, and we do all the roof by the solar panel, because as I mentioned, the sunlight is a lot here, and because of the sunlight, it fit very well with bougainvillea. And we do the roof for the heat go out. And finally, we have this design for the factory, and it covered to reduce the energy consumption. And you can see the flower tower. Of course, we have to open in the middle for human to climb up, but the one part, very big one, each layout to feel the green fast within few months, and later on the biggest one in the underneath will go up to cover, and then we don't need to maintain it anymore later. Some calculation, I skip it. And you see here the detail of the facade and the column of each column for the factory, and it turned it into this. And finally, your topic is about bamboo, right? We treat bamboo, we ban it first, and then next we struck into the water and we smoke it in the natural way to treat the bamboo. And almost the first one I did when I come back from Japan, is this one. So I built my own, and I stay with the worker, and you know, it took me about 1 week to redo this one. But from the next day, it was easy. They copy every day with 2-3 pieces, and within few weeks, we have the dome already. And I put the dome in the middle of the lake, so it cooling very well during the summer, and the thatch roof and the space inside. And I use the rest, the piece of bamboo, to make the furniture, the light, everything, because at that moment the worker, the manpower is not expensive in Vietnam. So the next one, we built 2 of this. One is this one, and one this one. Is the next is I study engineer in in Japan, so I want to challenge the bamboo structure to cantilever with 12 meter like cantilever here. Then it opened up to surrounding, and from here to here it 12 meter, and we of course we need the tension here and the tension here, it bending here, and we put the tension here, put it up. And not enough, we still have some small support here, and it worked well with the humidity. Someone asked me about the bamboo, and you can see here we protect bamboo carefully from the rain, even the top of this one. So bamboo hate water. If you put the bamboo outside, then very fast, within 1, 2, 3 years, I think people from Asia, they will know that with high humidity and the rain, the bamboo will damage. And here it look, this one is about 36 meter. Is huge. It's about the area is more than 10,000 square feet for the dome. It's a pure bamboo structure. It looks familiar, right? Because you see, and we design the one unit, and we copy it. But here is not a decoration; it's a brace between the unit together. And also we have many braces outside to make it solid to deal with the storm. And the open space between inside and outside, we have the buffer zone here, and one unit is like this one, and the space in the middle like this, inside outside, and we put it on the lake, and then the ventilation is quite well. And another project is in southern Vietnam. The structure system here is we have 2 domes inside, and the grid system is outside that, which is really difficult in terms of the detail, because the curve system, the straight one, the grid system outside, and there are many, you can see the brace, I put it between the grid system, and also slowly, and then it's hard to have the arch, the curve, the arch come together, and the grid come together. And this grid, to protect the bamboo, it has to be like this, you know, the cantilever, the eave deep enough for the protecting the bamboo from. And you can see here the brace. Brace is clearly being seen, and the cantilever here, we need some brace go up that way, otherwise it sink, go down. And you see we hang it up here. Yeah, and we hang it this way too. We hang, not hang by steel, but by bamboo, or to hang it up. You can see it, but it's big, so we cannot see it clearly from outside. But in reality, you can see the brace and the hanging member on the structure, and the drain it. The water come here, and we collect it somewhere. And when we build it, we use some steel small for framing at the beginning, but at the end no more needed, but we keep the steel, some small element there to have the form at the beginning for easier to build. That's it. And here you can see clearly the brace and the hanging system, and inside is really soft sunlight and nice interior space for the welcoming center. And you see the detail when it touch the grit, touch the curve. It doesn't show here, and you see the curve with the arch. Okay, so the hotel under construction, there are something around here. We build this one, we do the master plan, and we build the bamboo structure here. It looked like a water coconut tree. And 2-3 years ago, there are huge historical storm coming this area, and the client, he is the structure engineering. He has really big company for the bridge. He built the bridge and infrastructure. He said, no way. The nature, they test us by huge storm, like, we didn't have before. But after storm, I make a call to him and I said, what happened to your building? And he said, nothing. Only one problem is the roof get wet. I mean, the roof, only outside the roof is get wet. He make a joke about that, but it quite nice. Is not here, my stuff is not right, but the unit and this support very well, not decorative. This support for the structure in the shaking, and it become really complete the structural system. And you can see here is like good and connect to the outside well. And this one is in China, in Xiamen. And next to an island in Xiamen, the chapel. And this also being done. We haven't taken the picture, but it's done already. I intentionally make it complicated because I don't know. I think somehow later I will do the PhD thesis, and I will use many structure system and space and the joint differently. And here is different structure system. And normally I don't use the joint like this. It complicated many types of the element together to make the surface inside like this one is moving around. But this one helped me very well. Finally, during the quarantine in my house, I didn't have thing to do, and I started to write the thesis, doctor's thesis. And the professor, they like, within 3 months, I submitted to the university, Waseda University, which is really good in Japan. And all the professor, they say, yes, we like it. Then they only 3 months later, they allow me to make 3 the entrance examination and the middle presentation after 1 month and the last presentation after 1 more month. So I do all the bamboo structure and the space and join, which is I have been doing for about 17 years before. But during the COVID, it took me 3 months to finish my PhD thesis, and I submitted. And there is one regulation in Japan at that university. If I have, like, I won the like a gold medal of the Japanese Architect Institute, then I have the right not go to school, but just submit the thesis. And then I submit, maybe I won 7 times for Asian Architecture Institute Award, and 1 time is winning overall award for the Asian architecture, and like a building of the year or something like that. And they say, yeah, maybe you are eligible to submit your thesis, not without going school. And then I said, oh, lucky. So I submitted, and then within 3 months, they allow me to graduate. And then when I teach at Yale, there is professor there. They said, oh, your bamboo structure is quite interesting. You submit the paper for our journal. And I said yes, and then I submit him 2. One is for structure and one for something like that. And then he said, okay, good. And then he put it, published the 2 papers for me during I was teaching at Yale. But what I mean is somehow lucky, too lucky for me, because they have some good regulation for me to. Otherwise, I have to spend like 5 years in the university to get the PhD, right? Is it correct? Yeah. And here the new project in China. The client, he is quite nice. We work together with the Vietnamese worker with Chinese. Basically, here this one is for Chinese worker. They did quite well for the HP shells. If I still not graduated, maybe this also one of structure type for my thesis too. On HP shell and it coming together and go out. Here is in the middle space and outside, and and another one is the huge dining halls, because we built the huge resort with dining halls and the structure here, and here is conference hall with the rammed wall. It looked like it continuous, but that's why here is the rammed cover. The conference make the acoustic is better by turn it, not a flat wall.